What's up, everybody? My name is Simon Hill. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Thanks for clicking this video. I'm here with my beautiful wife, Dennis. Say hi to the people. Say
Hello.
hi. We're going to be reading comments again. This is the second video, and this time I'm not going to get so animated. I'm going to let the comments read all the way from the beginning to the end, unless they become explicitly racist or crazy. But I'm here to listen to what the viewers have to say. So let's get into it. Actor, you're going to read?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. So first off, we have Blacksid being black in Serbia, and D. Asan Heard said, "Wait, so you moved from America to another predominantly white nation and thought something would change? What were you expecting, if you don't mind me asking? I don't know why black folks are constantly moving to other non black nations thinking something is going to change. Try living somewhere in a predominantly black country like Kenya, Uganda, or Nigeria. I'm sure you'll be treated way better." And yeah,
Is that the end of the comment?
yeah,
That's the end?
that's
I'll make a brief comment about that. I'll never be limited by my blackness or let somebody tell me what I should do with my life. Yes, maybe naively, I thought that Eastern Europe, anywhere other than America, would not be infected by racism and white supremacy, but it exists everywhere because American ideals exist a lot of places. A lot of places have negative views and stereotypes regarding black people because of media. Saying I'm surprised, you know, saying saying that there's no racism in Eastern Europe is like saying there's no McDonald's in Eastern Europe, right? That's what I'll say. And I will go anywhere I want and go anywhere I want. I don't want to be limited to only traveling in black countries. I'm gonna do what I want.
at least they don't have guns.
At least they don't have guns. And go check out the Black Sit 1 Year Later video about Serbia because I should have said some other things in that Serbia video. And I'll leave it for that. Next one.
Okay. Black said being black in Tunisia, Zainab Sultana 92 said, "Stop playing the victim."
Victim of who?
I don't know. She didn't explain.
I'll just say this. People love to say black people always play the victim whenever we talk about our experiences, but you never hear this when any white person is complaining about anything, or when the Arabs complain about a lot. You know, in Tunisia right now, Zainab, your president just got elected to be a dictator for the rest of his life. Congratulations. If you're going to complain, stop being a victim. When the food prices in Tunisia are going up 100% and y'all can't even feed your babies, stop playing the victim. All the other bullshit that's going on in Tunisia, I'm gonna tell all of you, stop playing the victim. I'm never playing the victim. My life is great. My wife is beautiful. I love my job. I get to travel. I'm healthy, strong, sexy. Nobody has once called me ugly in the comments. I've been called
Sexy.
everything except ugly. My life is great. I'm not a victim of anybody. I'm just a warrior against white supremacist ideology and violence. Poor Zainab.
I mean, in Turkey, Zainab is a girl's name.
Yeah, that's a woman.
So if that's a woman, I'm very shocked
Yeah.
because then are women playing the victim when they speak out about sexism?
Oh
No,
yeah, yeah, Zainab. So
kind of
when
unacceptable.
all the Tunisian men tell you that you can't do certain jobs or that you are less than a man and stuff like that, stop playing a victim. Just work harder. Nikamak, Nikamak, Takola Zebbi.
Okay. Black said, "What it's like to be black in Turkey." The Seattle Sideshow said, "Yes, as black Americans, we are very familiar with self hate. I knew when I learned how the Greeks and Turks don't even get along and they have similar features physically, they probably wouldn't treat others as equals. I think Italians in Southern Europe countries has this desire to be white as well. I have heard Italians talk about how having distant relatives with blonde hair is seen as good, not to mention the disgrace they feel when you mention Africans or Muslims who once controlled that part of Europe, Spain and whatnot."
Um, I only have one comment about that. Obviously, people did not watch the entire Being Black in Turkey video because not one person has left a comment about slavery in the Ottoman Empire or my comments about Ataturk or anything like that. So I don't have much to say about that comment. But actually, as a Turkish person, how do you reply to that?
Mm, well, yeah, there's like a I don't know, beef between like Greeks and Turks, but I do not like stand for that. I do not believe that. But both countries do favor like, blonde, like white, beautiful futures that is just imposed by the supremacy. And yeah, that's all. Like I can recognize that.
Turkey has the best meat in the world.
You have the best.
Wow, I didn't have to say. You didn't have to say that. You didn't have to say. I was trying to give a compliment to Turkey.
Anyway, okay. Cincinnati police officer said, "I hate the N word," after a black student, yeah, flipped her the bird.
The bird is a middle finger.
And Craig Mack said, "Woman cops are useless," and then swearing emoji,
Mm-hmm.
and then that ice ho.
Ice hoe.
304.
304 means hoe. Okay. Women cops are useless.
Yeah.
By the way, we need to approve and disapprove of some comments. So this comment, wait. That comment about the ice hoe, like delete that. No sexism on my channel, right?
Remove.
Yeah, remove that.
What about the turkey comment?
Approve, because he at least came with some genuine thoughts and insights.
Okay. What about Zainab?
Zainab gets deleted. Zainab gets deleted.
And then the first comment I read, talking about like other African countries would be not racist.
Delete.
Delete.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on.
Can I say one thing? By me deleting your comment, if you're watching this video, I'm not limiting your free speech. I'm not trying to say you can't have a voice. This is YouTube. Literally everybody can make a video and say whatever they want. You don't even have to show your face. If you plan on replying to this, or you feel like you can't say what you want on my channel, you literally have your own channel. You're leaving a comment with your own channel. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Explicit racism in Marmara's Turkey. Okay. Oh, said. Imagine antagonizing. How do I say it? Antagonizing a security guard that gets paid peanuts while you live in a nice condo about racism. LOL.
All right. Imagine me minding. This is why people are implicitly or explicitly racist, because the point that I made in the video is that I was minding my own business when I first started swimming in the pool, and these people came at me very aggressively, telling me to get out of the pool. But then when they saw my wife, who is here, they attitude switched, their tone of voice switched, their words switched, and everything. And then also, when I was in the pool later, swimming, the security guard came up and got everybody out of the pool when it was close to closing time. But then when there was closing time again on another day, same security guard looks at people and says, "You can keep swimming," just because he thought I wasn't there, or I wasn't looking, or I wasn't in the pool or anything like that. So, number one, nobody cares more about poor people than me. I literally wrote a song about it. It's all I think about. How can we make a more just and equal world for people who are at the very bottom? That's why I do this. And yeah, you're a racist. Fuck you. And your comment got deleted. Delete that shit. Do you have something to say, babe?
No, it's just that it's not very related. We did not make him lose his job or lose any kind of money or anything like that. It was just like a warning, because he did not even realize that it was racist, and maybe he still doesn't realize, and maybe they're gonna forget about it in a week or so. But we did what we should have done, and that's it. Nobody got fired or anything like that.
Right. And what did Hov say? What did Jay say? Rich nigga, po nigga, still nigga. Doesn't matter if I have $1 million or if I have $1. Everybody, especially me, deserves to be treated with respect and dignity. Everybody. It doesn't matter. LeBron James, multi-millionaire, a billionaire, had somebody spray paint nigger on his $1 billion condo in LA. Should he not complain? Should he say, well, yeah, I'm LeBron James and I have $1 million. So if somebody did a hate crime on my house, I shouldn't say anything. That's your logic. Fuck you, suck my dick.
And the comment got deleted.
Got deleted. So quick. I love it.
Mass shooting in Fort Worth, Texas. 1 person killed, 3 injured on Sunday. Don King said, I stay down street from this shooting. It was a female who was killed, and it wasn't random.
Nigga, don't be posting that shit on my channel. You got the police at your door. What the fuck is wrong with you?
He has a story.
He has a story. He sounds like
Don, come to the channel and tell about what you know.
Yeah, nah, man. This ain't the police channel. We don't want none of that. You said don't leave comments like that. What type of comment?
Like true crime stuff.
You like true crime? You know more than were you involved, my dude? Like, no, don't. Shh. But
I mean,
that's
you're not deleting, right?
No, approve that comment. But I'll just say wait, before you approve it, I'll just say like, yeah, I really love making the mass shooting videos and getting comments like that when people say, yeah, that was my brother, that was my son, that happened down the street from me, because the point or the strategy of making these mass shooting videos is to show how rampant, how prevalent the violence is. It happened in your neighborhood. It literally happened in my hometown. It happens all over the country, these mass shootings. And that's the sad part. So when I get a comment like that, I really like it, but I hate it at the same time. Approve. But don't say you know something like that, man. What the fuck? FBI, open up.
Marmara's Meditation 10. Are Black Americans who leave the United States cowards, stupid, or weak? Alaskan Whiskey said,
this guy.
Have to agree. You were spot on this video. Left the USA 2 years ago. Never will go back.
You want some water, by the way?
Sure.
Alaskan Whiskey, I don't know who you are, but you're a very confused young man. Whoever you are, you leave some of the most what's wrong? There's nothing in it. Oh, my breath stinks.
No, smell it.
Ah, that's what the smell was. This whole morning, I've been smelling something weird, but
we burnt incense in this, I think.
Ah, that's why. So we were burning. Yeah, this morning we were having like our morning coffee and stuff, and I was like, "There's a weird smell," but I was also drinking from this water bottle this morning. That's what it was this whole time. That's what it was. Oh God, is this safe to drink still?
I guess so.
You want me to get you some water?
No, it's fine. It's
fine.
I
can get you some. I can get you some. But here, no worries. Just read the next comment. I'll come back.
Okay.
Go ahead. Read the next one.
I just want to say that Alaskan Whiskey, as far as the comments that I read of him, he is confused, and I think he left the USA for the wrong reasons.
Yeah,
I feel like he left it for the Svetlanas, but tell me if I'm wrong, Alaskan Whiskey.
I think, if I remember right, Alaskan Whiskey, you moved to Croatia to sleep with white women? Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. You're a weird dude. But whatever, I think if you leave the U.S. as a Black American, for whatever reason, generally you're making the right choice. Just maybe don't express it. Don't say it.
I mean, it's freedom of speech. Hey.
Yeah, freedom of speech. Approve that comment. Yeah.
Okay, approved. Eating Chikaf said, Blueport Mall in Marmaris, Turkey. Andrew Tate Hustlers said, how was it?
Delicious. I really love Chikaf Tate. Turkey has great food. Turkey has great food.
Agreed.
Second best food in the world so far that I've experienced.
I'm approving this.
You don't like the fact that I said second best food? You shook your head. Should I say number one? I can't. No, when we go to Asia and stuff, you'll see. You'll see.
I'll see. I'll make my decision then. Right now, Turkish food for me is the
number one.
Number one.
No, stop.
For now, because I only ate one Indonesian dish and I could not feel my tongue for the next 5 days.
Yeah, they did make it super spicy. We should have made a video about that. We made the video about eating Ethiopian food in Istanbul, which got a lot of good views and good reactions. Thank you everybody for that. But we went to an Indonesian restaurant and the food was just too spicy.
I mean, I think it was my mistake because I ordered maybe the wrong thing.
No, they made a mistake. It was too hot. And I was the man. I said we should take it back for you.
No, I'm not going to be a Karen.
No, that wasn't Karen. They messed up the order.
Okay.
I'll be a Karen for you.
Anyway, I'm continuing.
Can I get a kiss? You're silly. God, we almost died. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
Mass,
ahead.
mass shooting in Houghton Lake, Michigan. Family of 4 killed. Jan Flick said, update. The couple was separated and headed for divorce. The wife requested a protection order and was denied. The judge felt that she wasn't in any danger.
Um, yeah. So I see sometimes I make a story about a mass shooting and it gets updated as like, oh, the person later died, or because of some error before, this person wasn't stopped from getting a gun, et cetera, et cetera. The point I make in the mass shooting videos is not to say that, we need some minor gun reform where every abusing husband gets blocked from a gun forever or something like that. The point is that there are too many guns in society. And because there's this flooding of guns in America, there's always this continued uptick of mass shootings, mass death, mass murder. How long will we accept it? How long will that continue? So, unfortunately, this woman could have been protected if the judge made a different decision, but you never know because illegal guns are very available in America. With the will and intent, he could have done it. And I think we need the de-rifleification of America, the slow removal of guns from the U.S. like they did in Australia, and a complete abolition on the owning of firearms. It does not make us free, does not make us safer. How many more families have to get killed like that? Do you have anything you want to add, babe?
No, I mean, yes, maybe this family could have been rescued, or maybe not, because he can still find guns, and you know, he's already going to jail for
Mm-hmm.
killing someone, so I don't think he would really care about a restraining order.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like just this, like just because the judge, you know, denied the danger, it does not like 100% mean that they would be living today right,
Right.
now.
No, of course, they're absolutely right. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
When somebody wants to commit crime, heinous crimes, they will. They will find a way. But we can definitely lower the chances of them being successful by lowering the amounts of guns in the U.S. I don't think that's so radical. Australia had one mass shooting in 1994. Then, since then, they passed laws and legislation to get rid of the guns. Not a single mass shooting in Australia since. Not a single
Yeah, that
one.
tells a lot. I mean,
Not a single one.
it,
In the U.S., there have been 2 per day in just 2022 alone.
it's sad. Okay. I'm approving this
Which one? Sure,
update.
sure. Why not?
Black Sid being black in Serbia. Goran Tamburic,
I will not say anything.
uh, being black, and by the way, I'm struggling to read because there are typos. That's why.
Yeah, no, my girl's English is perfect. She's actually
No,
an English
that's
teacher too.
it.
Her English is great. Her English is great. But you idiots who come on my channel speaking broken English, embarrass yourself. Don't come on this English channel talking spicy when you can't even type. Goran. Go ahead.
Being black in Serbia is like being white in most black country in Africa, meaning you're an alien. But if you're a woke American, then it is even worse.
I'll just say this. I will literally delete the video about being black in Serbia if you can show me evidence of white people being followed around the stores in black African countries because people think they're going to steal. Or people thinking white people that come to African countries are refugees or criminals. People who cross the street when they see a bunch of white guys walking the streets of Zimbabwe. When you show me that video, then that's when I'll delete the Serbia video. The point I'm trying to make is being white around the world has so much power. It's literally insane. It's not the same way in reverse. I hate that comment because it's so simplistic. People are so dumb. You're literally blind. I don't know. Am I tripping, babe? Tell me where I'm
No.
wrong.
No, yeah. I mean, even in African countries, white is seen as, I don't know, beautiful and rich.
Let's not say that.
Associated.
Let's not say that yet. We might be proven wrong.
Maybe.
We're literally
Hopefully.
we're literally about to go to Africa in like a week from now. A week from now, we're gonna be in Mauritius. which is our first African country we're going to together. Then we're going to many more, such as Tanzania, Kenya, South Africa, all other stuff, right? So we're gonna find out. We're gonna see how I get treated and you get treated abroad.
Yeah, we'll report live and get back to you on that, Goran.
Right, but I'll just say from my experiences in Southeast Asia, when I was living in Indonesia, white men seen as gods in Southeast Asia. Me as a black person literally thought I was a drug dealer. Literally thought I was a Nigerian drug dealer. Right? Let's see. But babe, do you?
Yeah.
No. I just gotta ask you. When we go to Kenya, do you expect that you're gonna be followed around the store because someone's gonna think you're stealing?
No.
Do you think someone's gonna say, a racial slur about white people to you?
Is there a racial slur?
Is there?
Other than like gringo, maybe? I don't know.
Do you think someone's gonna assume something about your genitalia because of your race?
No.
Do you think someone's gonna assume that you can dance really well because of your race?
No.
Do you think
probably assume I can't dance.
They probably assume maybe you can't dance, maybe, but
that's the worst thing that can happen.
do you think people are gonna, assume that you're coming to the country to take their jobs?
No.
Do you think someone's gonna assume that you're there to commit crime?
No.
Do you think someone's gonna assume you're there to, you get the point I'm trying to say?
Course.
So go on.
Bunch of examples.
That should get deleted.
Deleted. Okay. Explicit racism in Marmaris, Turkey. Dave 6 and 9 said, I feel bad for the people who got kicked out of the pool, but it was the only way you could properly get your point across, and good man for calling out the racism.
By the way, I think the policy should be people can swim in the pool almost any time, or maybe like a later closing time, because 7 p.m. is when the sun is still out. I think a better closing time would be like 9 or something like that. Yeah. I don't know. That's just my opinion, and it doesn't really fucking matter. But go ahead, tell me.
They can't do that because,
Why?
The company who cleans the pool comes at a certain hour, and they do not just clean our pool. So they have a scheduled time for each place. Whatever. This is what the lady told me.
I don't know. I grew up in America, and in the States, they literally put the chlorine while you're still in it.
Yeah, we don't do that.
we turned out just fine.
We had too many tourist incidents to do that, I think, because some people have allergies and shit. But anyway, I'm approving this.
Yeah, you could approve it, but hey, I didn't want to kick people out of the pool. It was time for them to get out of the pool because the pool was closed. But it's only closed if I'm in it, right? That's what it is.
And he got kicked out too, like a couple of days earlier.
So I love how people in the comments automatically always feel bad for white people before me. Like, am I that unlike?
He was working for like hours and hours, and then like his class was done at 6:30 or something, and he just wanted to go into the pool for like 20 minutes, and then he got kicked out. What about this handsome guy over here?
Yeah, I don't want to kick anybody out the pool, but let's have the same fair rules. If we're going to have stupid arbitrary rules about when the pool closes, when to get in, let's just enforce them equally.
Okay. Marmaris Meditation 9. Are the mind and soul inseparable? Koketso R said, how did you meet your wife?
I won the lottery. I got really lucky.
Koketso, I asked for your answer.
Approve that, by the way. Oh, wait, what'd you say?
I asked, like, in the ending of the video, I think I said, like, if you guys have any answers, please, like, say your opinion, but Koketso wants to know about me.
About you? Hi. She's off the market, guys. To get her, you got to come through me.
Being black, sorry.
Go ahead.
Being black in Serbia 1 year later. Nout King, said nice. And then Camille Ramirez also commented, you just got a new subscriber, love your energy, keep it up.
Approve both of them. Thank you. Thank you. I got to show more attention to the love than the hate.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Okay, so this is a whole thread here under the video, explicit racism in Marmaris, Turkey.
I'm going to listen to all of it. I will not overreact, so go ahead.
Okay, so these are your top 3 subscribers, I feel like.
Okay, well, we're out of
here.
focus. Okay, let's go.
So Alaskan Whiskey said, "Bro, I haven't even watched the video and already know you will pull some racism card. It exists everywhere, but I bet your life is better than in the USA. Stop complaining so much about these experiences and live your life. I'm pretty sure your wife would rather spend that time together than cry about one or two bad eggs in a bunch. I think you should seek therapy for that. Maybe there's some suppressed event that made you feel this way. If someone has issues with me ignoring it and keep it moving, uh, if someone has issues with me, I ignore it and keep it moving. And if you speak Turkish, you would have been good. How about learning the language, dude? You have a Turkish wife and you will be spending most of your life in Turkey."
That's absolutely not true.
Yeah.
So, yeah, can I comment about that?
Sure.
So, first and foremost, he's commenting about how you would rather prefer to spend time with me.
Yeah.
So, tell me, does he have a point?
No. Well, first of all, like, you don't get a say in how we spend our time. Alaskan Whiskey, and no, I get a lot of attention from my husband, and I don't really mind talking about important stuff.
Right. We talk about everything. We talk
Yeah.
all day. So number one, my relationship with my wife is good, Alaskan Whiskey, and you would never say that to my face because you know I would jump in your shit and take your soul from your body. So don't even talk to me that way. Period. Uh, First and foremost, if you literally start the comment saying I didn't even watch the video, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And I'll just say it like this: I think you have the brain of a white man. You talk like a white man. I don't even know if possibly you're really black because some of the things you say are literally like white supremacist talking points. When you say stop complaining so much, they literally said that to Martin Luther King. They literally said that to Malcolm X. They literally said that to all of our leaders who died for us to have our freedoms today. Stop complaining, right? When there was segregation in schools, they said stop complaining. When we had just got free from slavery, they said stop complaining. I'm never going to I don't give a fuck if you call it a complaint or not. I will always bring up a complaint. I will always bring up when there's an issue that is unfair for me because that's my right as a human. Because you would never say this to a white person. Whenever white people start complaining about white people stuff, we never tell them stop complaining. Never. Never. You would never tell Turkish people to stop complaining about inflation. You would never tell Turkish people to stop complaining about Islamic terrorists or whatever issues they have in their country, right?
Yeah, nobody told white people to shut up, and then Karen's happened.
Exactly.
They took it so far.
Exactly. Exactly. Nobody told them to stop complaining, and now look what we have. We have an epidemic. We have an epidemic. So when I see explicit racism, I will document it because I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of any criticism. I'm not afraid of any critique. I will always, always, always tell the absolute truth in my life because I can look in the mirror and see a great man, and I have to keep her happy. I have to keep. She has to look at me and see a great man.
I do.
And being brave is the most important thing a man could be.
And I just want to say this: I don't blame Alaskan Whiskey because I do feel like I don't think you need therapy. I think he needs therapy, but um, there is like a cultural historical trauma upon like Black Americans because of the deadly bloody history, but there are different ways of coping it, and like his way of coping it, ignoring it, and then your way is finding it, fighting it, and talking about it, and those are two ways, like two coping mechanisms. And I would say talking about it is healthier, but you do you, Alaskan Whiskey.
Now you see why I love her. You see why I love her because she gets it. She absolutely gets it. All Black Americans ask the same questions. Why is there racism? Why are we treated this way? And what can we do to get out? We all come to different conclusions. Alaskan Whiskey, your conclusion is I'm going to move to Croatia and fuck as many Boyanas as I can. Good for you. Honestly, I've been there, done that. I didn't go there with the intention of fucking a bunch of Svetlanas and Boyanas. It just sort of happened. But I'm finding freedom my own way. You're finding freedom your own way. But don't come on the channel talking about my wife because I'll jump in your shit, bitch.
Okay, so I'm continuing the thread. Craig Mack said, One of the neighbors called immigration on me during the pandemic. I've been living together with my girl for 3.5 years, thinking I was from Syrian or Afghanistan refugee. I know exactly what you're talking about. My advice to you as a Jamaican, call them out on the face. So I think he
Uh,
got like called immigration because they thought he was a Syrian or Afghani refugee.
but I'm so confused. Is he Jamaican or?
He's Jamaican.
But he
But
looks Syrian.
no, like people thought he was Syrian or Afghani and then called immigration on
But
his
Jamaicans are blackety black, and he said he looked like an Afghani or a Syrian.
Well,
That's
you know what white
confused.
people say, all black people look the same.
I'm done. I'm so confused by that comment. I don't understand that comment.
No, he's saying he's been like a victim of racism and also like immigration. He struggled with immigration and he's saying like if you see it, call him out. He's saying like
Right,
something
and
else.
I'll thank you for the comment. I guess approve that one. Approve Alaskan Whiskey's one because I guess somebody replied to that. I don't know. Because Alaskan Whiskey, you might get blocked, buddy. You might get blocked. I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't understand that comment, but I guess thank you for sympathizing, understanding. Go ahead, babe.
Okay, and then after all those comments, Jaws 2003 said, "We do have to be careful traveling, but I wouldn't let that stop us."
Yeah, no matter what I say about my experiences being a black traveler abroad, I think black Americans should not be afraid to go anywhere. And don't let stupid people tell you if you experience racism in France or Belarus or Norway or Sweden or India or China, wherever you go, share your experiences. But we should also let it be known that we're going to go anywhere we want. You're not going to stop us by us calling us all sorts of names or making us feel uncomfortable because we're free people. We're free people.
Call him out.
Call them out. Call them out and continue living. Shame the devil.
Okay, approving this. Mass shooting in Downey, California. 3 dead and 2 injured at a party. Sad girl from Cali, 31213, said, Sean Garcia was my childhood friend. He was a good man. I'm going to miss him.
Rest in peace, Sean Garcia, and all the people that lost their life in Downey, California's mass shooting. Whenever I do those videos, some people say that I shouldn't do them. And then, yes, I am seeing that the views are going down for them. But I think it's important to remember that all lives matter, right? The right wing loves to say all lives matter, not just black lives, not just everybody's lives matter. Okay, let's talk about all lives mattering. Sean Garcia's life mattered. He deserved to live a full life. He didn't deserve to die in the street over stupid, petty bullshit from gun violence, which is absolutely preventable in America. So all of the Second Amendment advocates who want to come in my comments and say we need more guns to defend ourselves and protect our rights. No, no, you're ridiculous. You're beholden to the gun industry. I'm not going to rant. I'm just saying Sean Garcia didn't have to be a victim, and that's the reason I do those mass shooting videos to try to raise awareness for the people that have lost their lives. You have anything you want to say about that?
This is just sad.
No.
I don't have anything to add. It's just like when you see all those news every day, 2 or 3 news about mass shootings, you kind of get detached and desensitized.
Desensitized.
Desensitized from, you know.
Desensitized? Desensitization?
That's what happens basically, and when you see comments like this, it kind of brings you back to the reality of stuff. So it's just very sad. What's the most powerful passport in the world? Video. Jaws 2003 said, "Congratulations!" Yay.
Thank you. Can't wait to start traveling.
And then Alaskan Whiskey. This guy just goes into YouTube on a Sunday afternoon and says, I'm gonna annoy Simon, so let me see what videos he put up.
He's a troll. He's the definition of a troll.
And he said, that's an easy one, Japan.
Didn't even watch the video. Didn't even watch the fucking video.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, he doesn't watch, he just leaves comments.
Literally, it's a 1-minute video. You couldn't even have the attention span for that. You're an idiot.
Wow. Is this getting approved?
Yeah, we're gonna approve it, but this will probably be the last time Alaskan Whiskey makes an appearance in our episodes.
Okay. Mass shooting in Houghton Lake, Michigan, family of 4 killed. And Tim Sears said, that's Houghton Lake, I guess. I don't know.
Thanks,
It's
man.
just the way you wrote it, but there's a slash in between and it's cap lock.
He's trying to correct
Yes.
my pronunciation. Thanks, man. That was really important to the story.
Yeah. Approve or delete?
Approve? Sure, why not?
It's
I don't
just-
care.
it's
Yeah,
yeah.
approve that. Why not?
pointless. Okay. Okay, here's a long one.
Just read it. Try to read it fast.
Okay. Being black in Serbia 1 year later. Tribalian said, as a Serb, I must say that you should be honest to yourself in first place. If you do that, you maybe could see that you have a problem with your attitude, just blah, blah, blah. And all from the same perspective, black American, black people from Africa or elsewhere are completely different, or majority of them, I should say. You Americans, no matter of skin color you have, your own history, problems, perspectives of the world, and it's quite annoying to constantly spit that shit all over the world. Find some solution in the US or not, but leave us alone. Your perspective is not ours. P.S. Try to go to Croatia with a Serbian flag or something. You would be beaten to death, but I guess that's nothing comparing to a horror that somebody could call you the N word.
Oh, man. You know what? I feel sympathy for this guy because in his comment, he's talking about he hates the fact of American, like, cultural hegemony, like, all over the world. Like, a lot of places you go, you can find American culture everywhere because it's so widespread. And he's talking against that. And I'm sympathetic to that. What's his name? Boyan?
Tribalian.
Trevalian, whatever your name is, don't really care. I'm sympathetic to that because I'm against that, right? I understand how dangerous that is. American cultural ideas, when they're widespread, have had real negative effects, specifically for black people and also other people around the world. Crazy ideas that people believe come from the US first. And I said that in the Serbia video. As far as like the other stuff about black Americans and Africans being different, you're an idiot because you tell us what it's like to be black. You tell us, Trevon, as a Serb, what it's like to be black, how people view you. Tell me how people know I'm an American first before I'm Nigerian or before I'm Kenyan. Tell me how they know. Before I even open my mouth, if I'm walking down the streets of Belgrade or Istanbul or Paris, how do they know? They don't, you stupid motherfucker. And so, as far as like the stuff about Serbia and Croatia, nationalism is another thing, which I'm against. But when it comes to that, people will know that I'm an obvious foreigner, that I'm an obvious foreigner in Croatia way before they'll know you're Serbian. Way before you put up your little flag, they'll be looking at me saying, who is this guy? So, yeah, once again, my 1 year later Serbia video is perfect, absolutely perfect. I stand behind it. So go watch that. As far as these crazy Serbs still in my comments, y'all can suck my dick. How about y'all have babies? How about y'all actually have babies? Because your country's birth rate is going down. This fucking stupid country. What a stupid country. They should have been glad people actually wanted to move there. But instead, they're so hooked up on nationalism, they don't even care that their whole people are going extinct. I don't care. I don't care. Am I talking too spicy?
No.
All right, delete that shit. But do you have a comment you want to say about that?
No, it's just stupid.
All right.
Mass shooting in Houghton Lake, Michigan, family of 4 killed. Anything 399 said, have you seen the update to this? A judge denied her a protection order against her husband days before the murders. And then PT commented, Simon, I completely agree with you about getting rid of the Second Amendment. I've temporarily left the States for a job but never came back because it keeps getting worse. Sad to see a country I loved so much suffering.
For both of those, and people, thanks for the update on the video. And I'm glad some people are actually seeing that the Second Amendment needs to change. Because a lot of the people that leave comments in my channel saying we need guns to protect ourselves and all this stuff, they've never left America. They have no idea that in most countries, what happens in the U.S. is seen as barbaric and insane. Like, they have no comprehension that this could happen in the United States, that there could be 2 mass shootings a day, that 4 or more people could get shot at one time, twice per day in the U.S., and that's normal, and that doesn't make national news. and also the level of violence and racism that exists there.
But
What?
who's changing lives?
We're trying to change lives.
Okay.
Trying to change lives.
Mass shooting in my hometown of Monroe, Louisiana. Your mom commented. It's cute. She said, very sad, because it is.
Approve that. Love you, Mom.
Mass shooting in
Greenwood.
Indiana. 4 people dead, 2 hurt at a mall shooting. 820 Todd says, sounds like you just wanted everyone to die to prove your point, whatever the point is. You need to come out of your protected imaginary shell you live in. The police will not be there to protect every step you make in your life. They're not Superman. That guy saved lives by what he did, and you sound like a child that didn't get his way. Unbelievable.
Okay, so 4 people died unnecessarily because an 18-year-old boy, very young boy, he's 18 or 19, he was very young, was able to get a rifle. And we're glad that this story didn't end with more deaths because some other guy who was walking in a public place with a gun was able to kill that guy. Even though this is the minority of a situation, that rarely ever happens. Where was the good guy with gun in Uvalde, in Buffalo, and all the other mass shootings I cover literally every day? No, you're an idiot. I sound like a child. You sound like somebody who's been brainwashed by the same people who lied to us about going to Iraq, going to Afghanistan, going to Vietnam, the same people who make billions of dollars selling weapons across the world and also make billions of dollars selling guns to Americans who are stupid enough to believe that it keeps them safe and protects them. You're an idiot. And also one more thing, if you think good guys with guns, if you think good guys with guns will always stop the bad guys with guns, go watch the video I did about the Denver mass shooting where the police shot a whole crowd of people because one guy had a gun. And also go watch my other videos about the police that have killed unarmed people and see my views about police. I want to make this very clear. I'm not anti-police as of right now, as I think. I'm not about defunding the police or abolishing the police, period. I'm making this very clear. Police should exist somewhat. But the reason why our police are so violent in the States is because everyone has a gun. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. Sorry, do you have more to say about that?
I mean, this is a very brainwashed comment because you can't give the role of the God or a judge or a police to a regular person.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's why we have a judge. We have a trial. We have police.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you give those powers to a regular person, then what's the point of having, those occupations?
Right. What's the point of having police? And think about it. If this good guy with a gun killed the bad guy, but then accidentally shot 2 other people, would you even have left this comment? Because that could have easily happened. He could have tried to shoot the shooter, but accidentally shot someone else. Yeah. This is unsustainable as a society. You want to live in Somalia, my guy. Who is this guy?
820 Todd.
Yeah, you faceless and fuck. What you should do is go live in Somalia. What you should do, buddy, is go live in Afghanistan, where you can just run wild with your gun and be the good guy with the gun all the time, shooting whoever you want. That's not how the United States of America should be, and it's unsustainable being that way. I'm sorry, I'm ranting, but go ahead. Delete that shit.
Deleted.
Yeah.
Mass shooting in Beech Grove, Indiana. 1 person killed, 3 hurt after being shot. A Lady Warrior said it's because they started allowing Section 8 and subsidized QPTs there, then it went downhill.
All right, that's even if that's a black person or a white person, that's a racist comment. Section 8 is a type of housing that the government pays for people, for poor people, and it's meant to talk about black people when she says that. So
she's trying to say, like, it happened when black people started moving in.
Yes, that's what she's saying.
People of color.
That's what she's saying. That's a very, very racist comment to say, and I definitely disagree. Because in that article, they never said the race of the shooters or anything. And whether they are white, black people, Hispanic people, whatever, it doesn't matter. We're all Americans, and we should all be trying to have a safer America, period. And the mass shootings I cover, it's all sorts of people. Seriously, literally everybody is out here shooting. So, yeah,
Yeah.
don't go ahead. Go
And
ahead.
like, just so you know, Lady Warrior, they probably don't want to live in there too. Like, they would also prefer living in a, luxurious place or a better state or
Mhm.
something like that. But this is kind of like what systematic racism does.
Yeah.
And then you
And
blame,
poverty.
and poverty, and then you blame this on a certain group. And
Where,
this happens in Turkey too.
wherever there's poverty, there will be crime, right?
Yeah.
Wherever there's poor people, there will be crime. But we can lower the amount of crime that is deadly done by poor people by getting rid of the guns. Period.
Okay. And
Oh,
then,
by the way, delete that comment. That's explicit racist. Sorry.
okay. And then also under the same video, D's Nutsino. Can't believe you made me say that. Said, the problem in Indiana is I live in Indy. Gun laws have always been weak, but not like it is now. You had a 3-step process, ISP background check, fingerprints, $125, took about 6 weeks. Now, after changing in 1 year 3 times, you no longer needed a license to carry in Indiana. This after the licensing was free. This after they took off the $50 and $75 fee.
Okay, so he's saying that Indiana, the state where this mass shooting happened, has less gun control now. They made it easier and easier for people to get guns. And I would, of course, agree with that, that if you make it easier for people to get guns, the more shootings there will be. I would hope that Indiana will reverse after these mass shootings and tragedies, that they will actually have more gun reform, but it's very unlikely. Indiana is a very conservative state. And after they just had this shooting at the mall, which got way more attention than all the other mass shootings that happened that day where people died and got injured, they're going to say, this one good guy with a gun stopped a bad guy with a gun, so let's make malls actually not gun-free zones. Let's make schools not gun-free zones. Let's make hospitals not gun-free zones. And that's the problem. So I would hope that there is more gun control in Indiana, because not only is Indiana a place that has a lot of mass shootings, which I've covered on my channel, but also Indiana is right next to Illinois, which has Chicago, and the white supremacists love to talk about Chicago whenever we talk about gun reform, because they see a city full of black people where there's a lot of shootings happening, and they say, why don't you talk about Black Lives Matter Chicago? I literally do. We're talking about Black Lives Matter Chicago. People from Chicago go to Indiana, which is the next state over, which has very loose gun laws, get their guns from there, and go to Chicago and commit these tragedies. We need to have universal gun control in the U.S. We need to have a universal policy of making it so prohibitively hard and expensive and arduous to have a gun that almost nobody will want one or have one. Period. That is the only way to stop the mass shootings, the violence, the death that will continue to happen. How many more of our children have to die in school? How many more of our people have to be in supermarkets scared that somebody's going to shoot it up? When will it stop? When will it stop? It won't stop if we continue to go down this path. That's all I'll say.
Okay. Is this getting approved?
Which?
D's Nutsino?
Yeah, that's approved. That's approved.
Okay, mass shooting in Greenwood, Indiana. 4 people dead, 2 hurt at a mall. Panhandle Frank said, Greenwood Park Mall, which is owned by the Simon Property Group, makes it very clear in the Code of Conduct that no firearms or illegal weapons are to be carried inside a mall. Note that the mall's policy did not stop the armed criminal. The armed good guy, who also violated the mall's policy, by the way, did. Free gun zones have got to go. Gun-free zones, sorry.
I just think that makes it even more ridiculous. If you're talking about abolishing gun-free zones to make it safe, by your own logic, you say that criminals will still do criminality, right? Whether the law says it or not, right? Gun-free zone or not, mass shootings will continue to happen, and that's absolutely true. But the policy is not about whether the mall is a gun-free zone. The entire country should be a gun-free zone. The entire place should be free of these weapons, right? I don't see how this one situation is such a big motivator for people when literally on that same Monday, I did like 7 mass shooting videos. No good guys with guns in sight. It should not be this cut and dry. Come on, wake up, wake up. You're a Smith and Wesson bitch. Smith and Wesson is a company that makes guns.
I mean,
Delete that shit. Sorry. What'd you say?
no, it's just like
There was
weird
a reply
how.
to that.
I think so.
Oh, it doesn't
Not
matter.
this one.
The one that you deleted.
It was
a
just an
reply.
emoji.
Oh, a thumbs up. Okay, sorry. Oh, bless you.
Thank you. I just wanted to say like how the American government twists
Mhm.
gun violence in such way that Americans think that there should be more guns.
Yeah, it's
That's
insane.
crazy.
It's insane.
Like it's not this, but this, as we say it in Turkey.
What does that mean? What does
Like if you want to hold your ear like this, you can do it like this.
that?
But the American government is doing it.
We did that so on cue. We did that so right. That was dope. I think, yeah, it's insane. When Americans hear about a mass shooting in a school, they say, let the teachers have guns. Mass shooting at a church, well, the preacher should have had a rifle.
That's like wild, wild west or something.
There was a shooting at the supermarket. Why weren't the Marines at the goddamn supermarket? You should have the army at every fucking supermarket to make sure every civilian is safe. Stupid Americans.
Anyway, another dumb comment. Mass shooting in Grand Rapids, Michigan. 4 people shot after a bar fight.
Fast.
Adonis said, get rid of the guns doesn't and will never work. Would you like to defend your own life against a gun with a rock, pocket knife, baseball bat? It's just dumb. It's just, Adonis, you're dumb. I can't even say anything.
Go ahead, continue. He's gonna go off, I'm sure.
Deleting.
No, read the rest.
That's it. That's what he said.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was one. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care if it will happen or not. Knowing America, it probably won't until there's a very, very big tragedy. America only changes its ways when there's a big tragedy, right? I would say that I care more about fighting for what's right rather than what is even possible. I think we should all be saying that there was a time when, saying women would have the right to vote, have the right to choose what to do with their bodies, have the right to, divorce their husbands, that sort of thing. There was a time in history when that seemed impossible. That was like, well, it's always been this way. What do you expect? I would still hope that if I was in that time, I would say, that's wrong and we need to make changes. And I want to also say, for guns, I believe America will probably never get rid of its guns, but I would still hope that we can change that. We can change that because where there's a will, there's a way. And with my voice, I hope I can influence somebody. I got rid of my guns when there was a mass shooting at a university in Washington, Oregon a few years ago. And I said, I'm a part of the problem because I spend money to buy bullets and new things for my gun at home. And that money goes directly to the gun manufacturers who then give it to Republican and conservative politicians who then convince more Americans that they need to buy more guns. And they also use that money to then sell drones and weapons of war to go bomb people in Syria, Afghanistan, and all sorts of stuff. If you are spending money on guns, you are literally supporting a blood industry. You are supporting an industry that your guy, Jesus Christ, would have said, no. I did not die for this. If you buy guns, you're not a Christian.
And just so you understand, Adonis, because Simon is explaining too intellectually, we're not talking about one person getting rid of a gun. It's all Americans getting rid of a gun. So if you don't have guns, and I don't have guns, then we can just fist fight and see who's the stronger man.
All right. I'm sorry I got too intellectual. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
Is this getting deleted?
Oh, well, please, delete it.
Mass shooting in Houghton Lake, Michigan. Sirish said, so sad this happened in the town I reside in. It's horrific what goes on in this country. I remember when Americans were together and united, and now we're all against each other. Thanks for covering the topic.
You're welcome. There was never a perfect time in America, but we can always try to make it better. Next comment. Approve.
Mass shooting in Greenwood, Indiana. 4 people dead, 2 hurt at a mall. Boss Predator Acoustic says, Wow, I just bumped into your channel and I have to say I totally disagree with your stance on the right of citizens to carry. With the whole defund the police movement and soft on crime district attorneys across this nation, people are more and more in the position of having to defend themselves because rising crime rates, slow response times, and more violent offenders walking the streets. Even Seattle is no longer going to be prosecuting sexual offenses due to their atrocious policies. Atrocious. Both Uvalde and shooting in Brooklyn both occurred in gun-free zones. Perhaps a few more good Samaritans is exactly what this country needs because obviously your politicians and law enforcement officers are in reducing the body count. But at least this 22-year-old legally carrying in Greenwood did. Likely would have seen double-digit deaths at that mall had this citizen not done his civic duty to protect his fellow community members.
Is that the end of this
Yeah.
this comment? I don't care if you disagree with me. Thank you for sharing your view. But everything you've said in that video, at least don't characterize me as somebody who supports defunding the police. I've never said that. As far as being tough on crime, we have a lot of crime in the U.S. because we allow so many people the opportunity to do these crimes with violent means because of the guns that are everywhere. What was the other point? There's so many crazy points. You're talking about Seattle and all this stuff. Okay, that one.
Uvalde shooting, and they happen in gun-free zones.
Okay, so we need our elementary schools to be penitentiaries with guards and guns and all sorts of barbed wire. Our elementary school. We can't have safe elementary schools like they have in Turkey. In Turkey, do they have security guards with guns all over the school? There's probably a security guard.
There is, but
He's just a guy.
Yeah. I don't even think if they have guns.
They probably don't.
They maybe.
Do the kids in Turkey walk to school with bulletproof backpacks?
No.
Do the kids have to have drills where they get under their desk in case there's an active shooter?
No. I mean, in malls, when you enter, you need to go through the
Metal detector.
and if you have a knife, a gun, or anything,
Right.
like you can't go through, and it's very hard to get approved for carrying a gun either way. So.
Right. The United States of America does not have to be that violent. If you really think that we don't live in a society and the whole thing is falling apart and you need a gun to protect yourself, what does that say about the U.S.? It's literally a third world country. You have to walk around with a weapon to protect yourself in the what's supposed to be the greatest, safest, most industrialized, most progressed nation on earth. What does that say? The United States of Somalia. The United States of South Sudan. That's what it is. That's what it is. Go ahead. Is that the last one?
No.
Delete that shit, by the way.
Sorry, it's a long video, but yeah.
Are you tired or bored? We can stop
I'm
every
not
time.
tired.
All right.
There's just like 5 or 6 more,
5 or 6 more.
and then we have the held for review.
Held for review,
No,
the spicy one.
The spicy ones. Mass shooting in Houghton Lake, Michigan. Family of 4 killed and suspect. St. Hauser said, I put a like as a thank you for sharing this story of this loss. Innocent people too many times this year have been lost. No child should ever be murdered. We're the same extreme gun people who are simultaneously pro-life, defending children's lives and safety. This Buffalo shooting and Uvalde shootings broke my heart beyond words.
Yeah, it's crazy and hypocritical that so many right-wing conservatives were so happy that Roe v. Wade, the right for women to have an abortion, was taken away from women in the United States. In certain states, not in all states, but in certain states, they're taking this right away. For example, in my home state of Louisiana, they're trying to do that. It's so crazy. The conservatives were happy. Women can't have abortions anymore. Let's say nothing when 20 kids are killed in a school. Hypocrites. Literally, our children are shooting themselves, shooting each other. Parents are shooting their kids literally every day in the U.S. Nothing to say. We need more guns, right? We need more guns. More guns. You get a gun. You get a gun. That's the solution, right? To save our children. Give everybody a gun. Stupid people. I'm sorry.
I approve that one.
Yeah.
Mass shooting in Grand Rapids, Michigan. 4 people shot after a bar fight. MW Mobile said, "What a stupid take. We worship the Second Amendment. Yeah? How dare we actually like the fact that we can defend ourselves from criminals without your permission, huh? Amazing how the same demo that wants to defund the police because they're all racist and push for no cash bails and wants to abolish prisons seem to only think the cops should have weapons and have no desire to actually combat criminals other than screwing with people who don't use the 300 million firearms in the US in the commission of a crime." And seeing that the shooters, like 99% of all the shootings in Grand Rapids, were yet again black dudes with no emotional control, maybe we need to stop worshiping the 13th Amendment.
The 13th Amendment, by the way, is the amendment that abolished slavery. Is this not I'm sorry, go ahead, continue reading.
Does the few blacks that seem to commit most of these shootings make all black persons shitty too, by the way? That's his comment.
What do you think of that comment?
This guy belongs to be trapped in the movies about slavery, but he's black.
Yeah. We need to send him to prison with nothing but big booty black women for 15 years.
No, big booty black men.
Big
No woman.
No, you're out of control. You're out of control. No, that was a wildly racist comment. I just want to say, yes, you literally agree that you worship the Second Amendment. And I assume probably you're a Christian in the United States and you should have no God other than your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. But your ideology, your theology doesn't actually mean anything to you. The gun is your God, which you just admitted to, which is funny. I'll just say, I've covered in my channel so many times, and I've said this, it doesn't matter if it's white people or black people doing the shooting, we're all Americans, and we shouldn't racialize violence because I cover mass shootings with white guys. I cover shootings where the victims are white guys, where the shooters are white guys, everything, right? It doesn't matter about their race. I've never once said abolish prisons or defund the police. That's not my idea. That's not my agenda. And yes, gun violence is a black issue. Gun violence is an issue that affects black men. Black men are very, very likely to die of homicides and to be victims of gun violence. We're the most targeted group of gun violence from within ourselves, from within other black people. I'm more likely to be shot by another black person than by a police or a white person. But that's because in America, violence tends to happen in a community where there are many people who are looking the same, interacting the same, and have the same economic conditions. So I'm more likely to live around black people, therefore I'm more likely to be shot by black people. Same with white people, right? Regardless, doesn't matter because we're all, number one, people and Americans, period, right? Now, unless you think we're not Americans because you think we should abolish the 13th Amendment, you're a racist piece of shit, and that's why your comment got deleted. Go ahead.
Okay. Mass shooting in Greenwood, Indiana, 4 people dead, 2 hurt at a mall. It's Steezy said, "Your facts aren't good. It's not retarded to know that you need to be able to carry legally to stop criminals illegally obtaining these weapons. You blame the right very quickly, but fail to look at the record number of shootings in Illinois, New York, California, Detroit, Atlanta, all places with very strict gun laws. You prove to be the stupid American the second you fail to look at Mexico and realize that many gun bans, and not to mention one gun store that hasn't done anything but make it much, much worse. The more you criminalize things, the more value it holds to these criminals. If you don't take the action to do basic research and realize 30,000 lives are lost a year to gun violence, yet 500,000, I can't read these numbers.
500,000 to 2 million lives
are saved a year by law-abiding citizen with guns.
That's literally a fake statistic. You literally made up something fake. That's literally fake. 500,000 to 2 million people are saved every year by a good guy with a gun.
I don't think that's, yeah.
Yo, that's when you watch too much Fast and Furious. That's when you are in the MCU too deep.
I don't think
the Marvel Cinematic
Oh.
Universe.
Yeah, you can't just make up that.
He literally made up a
It's
number.
easy. You
So
can't.
30,000 people are killed every year. That's a fact. But I think. What
Let me
is
just
that?
add more zeros.
Let me just add more zeros. Yo, I see that's a long comment, babe. I see you're tired, so you don't have to read all of it. But I want to comment about something. I've already touched on a lot of what he said, but
He's saying like they will always find access to guns even if it's abolished.
If
He
you
does.
wanna-
He added some more numbers.
if you really want to continue reading it, it's fine. Or but if I can
mean-
comment. I just want to comment because I've already commented on stuff like will deleting access for legal ownership, erase criminal ownership. I've already said that there should be a rifleification. We should slowly take away the weapons from everybody who wants to submit, and then also slowly let them phase out. I don't imagine that we'll ever snap our fingers and one day all the guns will be gone, or that the government will kick down doors asking them to be gone.
I want to
But
say
go ahead.
another thing because this is interesting.
Go ahead,
He
go ahead.
said we will see another civil war by October 2024.
That's the scary part because that could actually happen in the United States. It could actually happen. It's scary. But I just want to comment about the Mexico stuff. He said Mexico has a lot of violence. Mexico has a lot of violence and murders and stuff like that. But it's because Americans literally fuel their drug cartels by the consumption of illegal drugs like cocaine, heroin, and meth, that sort of thing. We buy their drugs illegally, which then causes the cartels to do mass levels of violence. Secondly, we traffic guns down to them. The same way that drugs come up from Mexico, guns go down into Mexico from the U.S. So these guys are importing drugs and also taking guns back with them, and also they get them from other illegal ways as well. So we fuel the violence, we create the violence that happens in Latin America. Go ahead.
Deleting.
Oh, please. I love it when I get a long comment and we can just delete it. I love it.
Okay, mass shooting in Houghton Lake, Michigan. Gabrielle de Magalore, Maine. Applaud you.
Mm-hmm. She clapped.
She clapped.
All right, approved.
Black Sid being black in Serbia. Turti Murti, I don't know. Someone said, you have made some great points over that topic. I am from a Balkan country as well, but I do admit that people are racist. Our people are racist.
Sure, approved. Why not?
Okay, this is the last one.
Finally made it to
from
the
here
end.
because those ones are we already.
All right, those are old. Is this a long one?
Yeah, this is a little long.
All right,
Not too long.
We'll wrap it up.
Mass shooting in Houghton Lake, Michigan. Family of 4 killed. Jesse Rainovich said, you stated yourself this is not normal. 99% of people that own guns don't do this. Just like bikers, 99% of them are decent, do good people. This case in Houghton Lake could have been prevented if the Democrat judge would have done his job and granted the PPO that was denied a day before. Taking away the Second Amendment is not the answer. Taking law-abiding good people's guns is not the answer. This was a sick person off their meds that should have been put in the hospital for psychiatric evaluation. He had been saying he was going to do this for weeks. The judge could have granted PPO and demanded psychiatric evaluation.
Okay. You're saying to me that taking away guns is not the answer, that this one judge should have had the power and the foresight to tell the future and see that this man was going to do something horrible, when this could have been prevented altogether, because this does not happen in other countries as frequently as the U.S., by having very, very strict gun control. I've said it multiple times that most gun owners, right, don't do that. I admit that. Most gun owners do not commit murder or shoot their families on purpose and stuff like that. Most people who own guns do not do that. That is a fact. But enough people do that it's actually a real problem. And in America, we have a famous saying, one rotten apple spoils the entire bunch. One bad tomato in a bag will make all your other tomatoes rotten. And what we have in America is a problem of too many guns proliferating. And a stupid culture
that says that this is normal. And the culture comes from these gun manufacturers and the politicians who are literally in their pocket. Wake up from mental slavery.
Am I deleting this?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I think there were 2 comments on the.
Are you tired, babe? I know
No.
you're so tired.
I need breakfast. Anyway. Okay. So here are 2 comments. Black Sid being black in Tunisia. Zainab Sultana again. 92. She said, with all capital letters, "You are a stupid who betrayed Jesus Christ to follow a false religion, you fool."
She clapped again.
You blacks are ridiculous to convert to Islam only because the Christian Catholic religion, the real religion for you, is white. So out of contempt, you convert to Islam.
You know, Zainab, in your hatred and anger, you actually touched on an interesting topic, which is something to think about. And I actually did a Marmaris meditation. Is Islam the true solution for Black Americans or Black people? That's something I think about all the time. But either way, your comment is kind of ridiculous because you think I would only change my religion. I would start believing in God just because of racism and stuff like that. That's ridiculous. But is Islam the solution for blacks? I don't know. But yeah, you characterizing all black people is pretty bad. You probably live a horrible life. I feel very sad for these racist people that leave comments because your lives are probably really shitty. You literally close yourself off to so many friends and so many relationships you could have, so many people you can know just because you have fucked up views about other people. You're really shooting yourself in the own foot. I'm sorry, do you want to say something?
I just wanted to say, like, most Black Americans are Catholic or
Christian. Right.
So it's kind of pointless, but
yeah, it doesn't.
this is getting deleted.
Yeah, big delete.
Mass shooting in Greenwood, Indiana. 4 people dead, 2 hurt at a mall. The Dutch mafia said, "Yes, you are an idiot. All the laws on the books didn't stop this asshole from shooting people, nor would any other law have stopped him. So you'd rather have more blood on the floor?"
No, I just want less guns in America because the less guns, the less violent crime that could happen. We saw this in the 90s when they had the assault weapons ban. They literally said you could not sell these long AK-47s and AR-15s and stuff like that. Murder rate went down. Go watch the video I did on statistics about that. You don't have a solution. I'm actually coming with a solution. All people, the Second Amendment people, just come and say things are good the way they are. 2 mass shootings a day, that's fine. No, get out of here. Delete. Boop.
Okay, that's it. I mean,
And then
last one.
our favorite comment. Let's say it together. Let's say it together. 1, 2, 3. Stop erasing comments, you bootlicking comment. I love it. We might save that one and do that every time.
That's funny.
Anyway, thank you, babe. Don't save that one. Save that.
Here.
All right. Thank you. We did it. Thank you for watching. My name is Simon Hill. Bye. Peace.